What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we're doing a guide video on Ninja World Clash, also known as the PvP mode of Naruto Blazing. So, a lot of people have been asking me, or just tweeting at me, Discording, messaging me, whatever the hell, type of platform they wanted to use, and the question was, okay, yada yada yada. The question was, what is good, like, how do I get good at PvP, or can you build me a team, or stuff like that, just a lot of questions like not understanding the game mode. That's perfectly fine. The game mode literally has been out for 2 days, so, not everyone is going to know what to do with it. So, first thing first, this is actually very important. You get this message when you first hop on here. A lot of people were having connection issues when the game mode first came out, right? And what Bandai said, they said, make sure you download all. It takes up some memory, so you might not be able to do it depending on your phone size or whatever you're using. I'm on Nox Simulator right now, so I don't have to worry about that. But besides that, if you download all, it'll smooth up the game. It's gonna have a different effect on everyone. So at least try to do that if you guys don't want to. If you guys are experiencing connection issues, which I myself was. So that's just a little advice. Now, the first thing we're going to do is, I'm not sure if I'm going to dedicate this entire video to team building, or if I'm just going to show you guys quickly and then give you guys one demonstration game on how my team works specifically. Okay, so first thing first is, a lot of people try to go for sync skills. Don't, because they really don't do much in here. Okay, so now this is the team, and in this exact position that I've been running, and just so you guys have an idea, this is the record that I have with it. So I've been using this team almost for the most part, and of these like 15 losses, only like about 6 or 7 of them have been from connection issues or from scumbag people trying to glitch me out and take a W. But for the most part, I've been doing pretty good with this team. Here, so we'll head back to team setup. And what it determines a good team? Well, let's just we'll just stick with this for now. Why do I have these people? So if I go to select all, it's a combination of, like, you have to understand what your win condition is with your team. That's the biggest thing. You can't just like randomly stick units together and expect them to win. So the biggest thing is, the way this game mode works is, you have speed, and speed determines the order in which characters go. The higher speed units, like up here, I'm just going to get rid of the non-6 stars. The faster units are up here, but they usually have drawback somewhere else, right? Like if you are a faster unit, you might have a lower health amount, you might have a lower strength amount. So that's usually what it is. And if you are down here in the lower speed, you usually are tankier, you hit harder, or you might have some like utility, like immobilization, barrier, anything of that nature. As you can see, this Jiraiya is actually dead last, just because of how strong his immobilization is and stuff. But no one uses him. So, what's the point? So the thing is, as of right now, there is no set in stone team that'll win it all, right? If I'm running this team, there's bound to be a team out there that like counter my team, right? There's no one team that can win every match. But you want to build a team that can win most matches, right? Like, if there's like 10 different teams being run, you want to be able to win like 7 or 8 of them. That's the goal. You want to be able to win more than you lose. Pretty straightforward. So what determines a good team is, if you, let me head back here. For the most part, there's some units that are very key units, and there's others that are kind of just like auto includes. Now, the ones that are very strong units are actually just this entire team. Everyone is extremely strong here, and the reason being is my front 3 have high speed and are tanky. That's the biggest thing. They can't be one-shotted, which is what a lot of the issues come from. If you see people running Minato, for example, because they think he's really fast, but you'll end up seeing that the people who run Minato, not everyone, you know, some people can pull it off, some people have their own strategy, but for the most part, if you're running Minato, you'll most likely end up dying very quickly, or that Minato itself dies, regardless of the, you know, Edo Tensei Minato or the regular Minato. Now, the difference here is, you know, you sacrifice just a tiny bit of speed. So instead of having 300 plus speed, we stick with like high 200s, and we get that benefit of such high health. And this Tobirama being a prime example of that. So Tobirama has 40k health. He's not dying to anyone, right? Because the thing is, not many people run wisdom units either, which is, you know, effective against Tobirama. And the only wisdom unit you see around here is this Gaara, who doesn't do damage at all. His purpose in your team is not for damage, it's simply for jutsu sealing and, you know, attack reduction. So without, you know, since there's, I refer to it as, you know, the meta, what people are running, what's the optimal stuff going on at the time right now. Based on the meta, Tobirama is extremely strong, and this can always change up. You know, when people figure out new strategies, new stuff, this will always change up. But for the time being, Tobirama is very strong. So I run Tobirama, and then behind him I run Sasori. Because the way this game works is that your front 3 units are the ones where the speed actually matters. Right, so when you're waiting for, like, if I go with Tobirama, even if I have Sasori behind him, his speed doesn't matter. The Tobirama speed matters. The second I switch him out and I have Sasori up front, then the speed is different. Now it focuses on Sasori's speed over Tobirama's. So the whole point is to have high speed people up front, or decently speed people up front that can take a couple of hits so that your back row can gather up chakra and clean out your team, clean out the enemy team. And everyone's units are different and stuff like that. But if you guys have this team for the most part, try to run this and let me know. The other thing I wanted to go over is that, what else? Limit broken units are extremely strong in this game mode. So if we take a look at this. So if you can see here, right, I have a couple limit broken units, and for the most part, they're all very strong. The thing is, it's really weird about this game mode is that a lot of the units you'd assume to be weak are extremely strong. For example, this Tobirama, no one was going to use him outside of this game mode. Then you have people like, you know, this Wisdom Naruto is very good. This Haku is like amazing, and Kabuki was the one to figure that one out. Same thing with this Sasuke, the lone survivor Sasuke. Alright, he has 55k HP at max rank. So it's like, you know, he's a tank. Then you got, you know, I've seen this Rasengan Naruto pop up, the #1 Maverick Naruto pop up, you know, Kisame, the raid Kisame. So it's like a lot of the limit breakable units are extremely strong here. And the thing is, since I don't limit break every unit, there's so many more combinations to discover, right? This might not be the best team you can run. There might be better teams out there that, you know, that no one's figured out yet because they just never limit broke that one random ass unit. So that's the one thing I like about this game mode. It makes units that you normally wouldn't have used a lot more relevant. So people who don't have these top tier broken ass units in the other portions of the game still have a shot here. And free to play people can do perfectly fine here as long as you limit break. If you don't limit break, unfortunately, you know, and you're free to play and you don't have good units, then this game mode might not be the most fun for you. But here, you know, we have some time. It's 9 minutes. So I'll do a ranked match. Not a ranked match, it's unranked. But hopefully I don't lose. So otherwise it'll make this video a lot less, you know, entertaining, I guess. So as you can see here, he's running the Haku. So a lot of people run their own stuff, and I'll explain the process. The other thing is that, you know, team building is one part of it, right? Just the units that you bring is half the battle. The other part is what you actually do in the middle of the game, because it takes, I'm not going to say this is super skillful, but it's definitely by no means like brain dead game mode. You can't just like dump money on this game mode and expect to do fine. Right? You have to know the game, understand what's going on, and make proper decisions based on what your opponent's doing as well. So all that together will, you know, allow you to take home a W at the end of the day. So, you know, so far I'm doing pretty good. I don't really tend to lose that much. If I do, you know, sometimes I just lose because I made a mistake. Sometimes I lose because the other guy just played better than me. So it does happen. You know, you can't be frustrated with losses. Like I said, it's good to maintain a good ratio of wins, but you can't have a perfect game. So as you saw right there, this Haku is going first before my Tobirama because his Haku's speed is actually, take a look at it, it's not even maxed out and it's 333 right here. Okay, so let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to kill this Minato, and this is how I'm going to do it. Now this Minato will most likely use his jutsu on my Madara or Itachi. No, he didn't. Okay. No, he played it safe. Now because, let's see, 19k. I did how much damage to him? I did 2,000 damage. So you don't have too much time to make these decisions. Okay, this might not kill him because he did play it pretty well. Nope, it did. And that's exactly my point that I was trying to make when bringing Minato. See, like, what benefit did it do to him? He didn't even use his jutsu and he just died. So don't bring Minatos, and, you know, just both Minatos. Try not to bring them. They're really not. They're very high risk. Oh, shit, it's my turn. Oh, that is unfortunate. I didn't expect to be going. That's okay though, as long as I switched out, because, you know, it's not the end of the world. Because what happens is, since I switched out, he can't use his Haku jutsu. That's gonna suck. And I'm jutsu sealed. Jutsu sealing the killer bee does nothing since I already used my jutsu, right? So that's a lot of mistakes people like to make, is that they'll use the, like, it was perfectly fine, right? Because he jutsu'd my Jesus Christ, he's gonna have his ultimate next turn. Okay, okay. I don't have much time in this game. Well, that's the only thing I dislike. Okay. Come on, do your magic. And Sasori does a stupid amount of damage. So my goal is I'm gonna ignore the Madara and try to kill the other guys over here. If I can kill this, come on, if I can kill this Utakata, it'll save me the benefit. Yes, okay. And the thing is, Itachi normally doesn't do that much damage at all. It was just the fact that, here. Let's see. And right here. So these buffs that I'm picking up are actually pretty important. So what I'm doing is, right now I have a buff that increases, you can't see it over here, but if you look on the bottom next to my character's pictures, I have a buff that increases my attack, and I have a buff that increases my speed as well. And you see that? This Sasori is nuts. He just took a full hit from the... He took a full hit from the Madara, and still has about half his health up. You know, look at that, right? 55 health on the Itachi. What we're gonna do is we are going to pick this up. I'm fine with that. So he can try to kill off my Sasori. I have no issues with that. And the thing is, the whole point, or what I realize is that if you can force yeah, here we'll try to kill this guy. If you can like get your enemies to use a jutsu on you, survive, and then switch, it's very powerful, because what happens is you end up not losing any lives. See, I'm not gonna clicked yet. But what I wanted to show you is, you see how my Itachi's at 49 health. Well, that one's pure luck, to be honest. But the Sasori's at 13k, which is, we'll say, and the Gaara's at 9k. But then none of them are dead, right? That's the key. So that's the whole point I'm trying to figure out. Is that if you bring all these squishy people, and like if they all had just slightly less health, all three of these would be dead, and I'd already have lost. Which is the point I'm trying to make. Is that don't pick, like, make sure your team is tanky enough to take these hits. Because if you can eat these jutsus, right, and then properly fight back and kill off their team, you'll take the W. Because now, you know, I got hit with all these jutsus, survived all of them, and now I switched out to my Tobirama, I switched to my B, and I'm gonna switch next to my Madara. But it's like, and then what is he gonna do, right? He just blew all of his jutsus on trying to kill my other units, but didn't, and now he has no chakra, and now I can easily just start, you know, taking over the game. And that's kind of the way I play the game. So hopefully this video is somewhat helpful to you guys, and you know, maybe you guys learned something else about this game mode that you already didn't know. But you know, let me know if you guys managed to make this team. Let me know what you guys are. Really, 1 point off? That is super depressing. Mewtwo King. That's a shout out to the Smash Bros player. But okay, other than that, let me know what you guys think of the video. If this helps you out, please let me know. Leave a like down below. And if you can make this team, I highly recommend you make it and let me know what's going on. The other thing is, please limit break. There's half stamina and 3 times EXP right now, and this game mode takes 0 stamina. So I highly urge you to go and limit break so you can just, you know, actually do, you'll have a lot more options in this game mode if you can limit break. That's really it. The game, you know, we're at 17 minutes right now. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.